chapter Emmanuel is going to come up here and do some comedy, but that felt like the depressing second chapter of a trilogy that I was going to be following up, where like the heroes were all splitting apart. You didn't quite know how it was going to come, and then I was going to come up here and be like, haha, joke time. What do you guys think of the mustache? Is it a good look? Yes? Glasses and mustache. Is it a funny look? So I feel like where people fall on the mustache kind of depends on whether or not you have children and your recent interactions with Highway Patrol. One of the other comics up here had mentioned he just found out who Lizzo is, and I found out who Lizzo was like 4 years ago because we had the same hairstylist. And I'm not making that up. We had the same hairstylist, if you can tell. She did Lizzo's hair, and then she cut a bunch of just middle-class white guys working at Target in Uptown. Well, they flew her out to LA and stuff to work on a bunch of music videos and stuff, and then she'd come back and be like, so you want another undercut? Gonna go for the neo-Nazi look again? Yeah, absolutely perfect. And I realized that stylist was flirting with me 4 years after she moved to LA. Because at the time, she'd be cutting my hair and what are you doing after this? I'd be like, nothing. And she'd be like, oh, me neither. And I was just sitting there cool, really enriching conversation we're having here. Also, your breast is touching the back of my head. Could you move that, please? That's a little distracting. I grew up Catholic, going to Catholic church, and my mom would always tell us church wasn't a punishment, but if we didn't behave, we were going to the second Mass. Which even as a kid, I was like, something's not adding up here. But there's no way in hell I'm sitting around for a third. But she gets mad at me because I don't go to church anymore. And it's not that I think church is a waste of time, just that I know it is. And to be fair, the Bible's got some really good stories in it that have deep, universal tales of morality. But then it's got some weird ones tucked away in there too. I was there for my niece's baptism, and one of the stories that we heard was about this prophet who was bald, and he was walking along, and some kids started making fun of him, and he called out to the Lord to punish the kids, and then a bear jumped out and mauled all the kids to death, all 42 of them. And I'm sitting there what bald guy slipped this in there? There's just some follically challenged monk, this will keep those little bastards from calling me cue ball again. Mr. Clean My Ass. So I was Catholic, and I went to Catholic school. For sex ed, we had nuns teaching us, which, the people who take a vow of chastity, makes perfect sense for them to be giving you that first-hand account of how intercourse works. But it's also a very morality-based instruction. So it would be 5 minutes of, here are some sex acts, followed by 45 minutes of, and here are why they are sins. And then another hour of, and here are the exact punishments you will face in hell if you do them. Which was very different from public school sex ed, where our teacher, I think, opened the first day with, who wants to know what an angel kiss is? Well, you've piqued my curiosity, but I've already taken one of these courses before, and if there's one thing I know for sure, this angel kiss is going to end with some sort of demon kiss. Because that's how all of them end. And that's it for me for my time. Thank you guys very much. I'm Luke Langfeldt.
Of course, I popped the potato chip in my mouth just as he ended, so that was great timing. Put your hands together for Luke Langfeldt. Big round of applause. noticed that I slipped that into the Bible, but shit, they're onto me. Our next performer on stage coming up here is the one, the only, first time on our stage, Lil Chain. Put your hands together for Lil Chain.